Good evening and welcome to the news hour on KBNC. I am Sarah Subin and here are the main headlines. Search operations continue for person who went missing during a whirlwind. Abandoned baby found by Egyptian princess. Newborn and parents not found. Now for the news in detail. Search operations continue on for a person who went missing during a whirlwind. Two friends, Elijah and Elisha, started their journey together from Jericho. It is reported that during their journey, they were caught in a whirlwind, after which Elijah was not seen. Our news correspondent was able to talk to Elisha and he stated that the whirlwind hit them soon after they crossed River Jordan. As the whirlwind passed, he could no longer find Elijah. Though he searched for long, he could only find the robe of Elijah. Massive search operations continue on for Elijah. Moving to Egypt, a baby boy was found abandoned in River Nile. The baby was found hidden in a basket of reeds. The Pharaoh's daughter who went to the river for a bathe is reported to have been the first person to be aware of the baby. Our correspondent Aksa is currently there in Egypt and is online with us at the studio at the moment. Hi Aksa, can you hear us?
Hi Sarah, it's real noisy here with the celebrations going on with relation to naming the baby.
It really sounds like there's a big celebration going on. Can you tell us more details of the events that unfolded during the day?
Yes Sarah, the Pharaoh's daughter is having a celebration at the palace. Earlier during the day, the Pharaoh's daughter, having gone down to River Nile for a bath, noticed a basket among the tall reeds near the river bank. She sent one of her servants to fetch the basket and on opening it found the little boy. It has been celebrations since then and they have named the boy Moses.
Do they have any news of who the parents are? Has anybody been appointed to look after the baby?
Well Sarah, reports from the palace suggest that the child is of Hebrew origins. It could probably be that maybe some Hebrew parents was trying to hide their child from being killed by the Pharaoh's soldiers. The princess has, however, decided to adopt the child and has arranged for a Hebrew mother to take care of the child. That's all we know for now.
Thank you, Aksa, and do keep us posted of any further developments. That's a baby who was destined to die, but now in the king's palace and could maybe be tomorrow's king. Meanwhile, in Bethlehem, a baby and his parents were reported missing from the cattle farm hospital. Sources say that the child and parents were being sought after by King Herod. Our Middle East correspondent Darby is currently in Bethlehem and is following up on matters as they develop, and he joins us with the latest on the story.
Hello.
Darby, thank you for joining us on the show. What's the latest development of the missing child and parents?
Hi, Sarah. The latest news to trickle in suggests that the child and parents were visited by a group of shepherds a few days back. Yesterday, they had 3 visitors who are reported to look like they came from the east. It's after their visit that the child and parents were reported as missing. King Herod is furious about this disappearance as he had planned on visiting the child.
Are there any suspects in connection with the sudden disappearance? What is the position of the authorities with respect to this?
Well, the hospital authorities believe that either of the visitors had a role to play in this disappearance. As I mentioned earlier, King Herod is very furious as he had plans on visiting this child. As per news from the palace, a star had appeared in the sky around the time of birth of this child, and it is deemed that the child is a very special child. King Herod has asked his troops to search for the child and parents.
Thank you, Darby. In sports, the worldwide marathon race is in progress. It is reported that some of the runners have quit midway through the course while the others continues to press through on towards the finishing line. Now for the weather report. We continue to focus on the weather conditions of Kingdom of Hell and Kingdom of Heaven. First up, we have the rich man. Mr. Richman, how has conditions in Kingdom of Hell changed since we last reported?
Sarah, there is no change in the conditions. The lowest temperature here is in the excess of 100 degrees Celsius with no food or water. What is surprising that in spite of there being hot blazing fires all around, there's no reports of anybody dying due to hunger or heat. What is more astonishing that despite the condition here, the place is crowded daily with more and more people appearing to be migrating in this place. Many Ethiopians are not aware of the conditions over here. Life continues to be very difficult. Oh no, a snake is coming! Run!
Thank you, Mr. Richman. To our viewers, Kingdom of Hell is not the place you want to be right now, with no food or water and heat in excess 100 degrees Celsius. One thing you should know is that once if you migrate, the move is permanent. Let us go over to the Kingdom of Heaven where Lazarus reports to us on the conditions there. Hi Lazarus, we were just hearing from Mr. Richman on the conditions over at Kingdom of Hell. And it is a really tough and difficult life for the residents there, given with the lack of food and water and the constant high temperatures. How are the things with the residents over there?
Well, Sarah, this is the place to be. The weather is wonderful. I do not believe there's any place in this world which can boast of this atmosphere. It is just beyond description by words. It's a beautiful place with no difficulties. We spend most of the day in worshipping and singing. The place is not at all crowded as very few people are migrating to this place. Sarah, I would like to tell your viewers that migration to heaven is very easy. The cost has already been paid and the invitation is extended to all. They just have to accept the invitation and make their way here. Well, I got to go. Bye.
Thanks, Lazarus. Like we just heard, Kingdom of Heaven is a place to be. The costs are paid and the invitation is open to all. The route might be a little difficult, but the end is worth the journey. The only train that goes to this place is called Salvation. Thanks for joining us on KBA News Hour. Stay tuned for the next update. Till then, goodbye and God bless. This is Sarah Subin signing out from News Hour.